Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to 2023. I am so excited to kick off this new year. Some years I don't really have the new year bug, but this year I definitely do. I feel very creative right now and highly motivated to get stuff accomplished. So the first portion of this video, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the tips and tricks that I'm using to establish a nice plan for the year, a plan that will allow me to accomplish my goals and stay organized and motivated. And then the second half, I'm gonna go on a little Target haul with you girls because I am that mom already, and I had heard from a friend that the Valentine's Day stuff was already rolling out in stores. If I don't hop on it now, the good stuff will be gone. So I went ahead because I also, it seems so early, but I also don't have a lot of opportunity. My kids are older. Like when they were younger, I could kind of sneak stuff into the cart without them realizing, but now they're older, so they catch me doing stuff like that. So I actually have to physically go when they're not with me to pick up things like that. So I went yesterday and I did a Target run and went inside and got all the Valentine's Day goodies. And so I will insert some footage of me going over everything with you guys. It was a little chaotic last night when I was unpacking it all and trying to film and go through it because my kids were on their way home from their grandparents. So I was like scrambling. So if I seem a little scatterbrained during that portion of the video, that's why. But anyway, the first thing I want to talk to you guys about are these tips and tricks to prepare for the new year. So the first thing is every year we tend to buy planners, and every year, like the majority of you guys, I'm sure, I go out and I get a really cool paperback planner and color code it with my pens and the whole 9 yards. And then I find within the month I stop using it, I lose all consistency, and a couple months later I find this planner that I bought in January, and it's just like empty blank pages that I just wasted $20 on. So I know this about myself, and I've realized it year after year after year, but each year around this time I want to get organized. I want to have a system put in place, and I noticed myself this year really utilizing the Apple Calendar on my phone. And if I had an appointment or anything like that, I was putting it in the calendar and I was referencing it, and it was notifying me 30 minutes before I had to be somewhere, and I was really using that digital tool. So I decided a couple weeks ago to look into a digital planner, and I came across something I think is really neat, so I wanted to share it with you guys. And I'm not sponsored in any way. I just think it's a cool option if you're like me and you can't do the paperback planners. So you use an app called the Notion app, and then you go to Etsy and you purchase planner templates that are designed from small business owners, and then you put it into the Notion app, and then that's your digital planner. So I kind of like to think of it like picture presets, like when, you know, by now everyone knows about Lightroom, so it's a free app, and then you purchase presets off of Etsy or wherever, and then you bring them into the app and you know, utilize them. So it's kind of that concept. I will share the links below to the exact planner that I ended up purchasing off of Etsy. If you guys do end up purchasing her template and using it, and you come across like a problem, you are more than welcome to comment below and we can try to troubleshoot together. Next thing that I wanted to talk about is doing, you know how everyone talks about spring cleaning? I like to do winter cleaning, and I start with my Christmas decorations. So as I take everything down and I go to put it back in the garage, I take any decor that I didn't put out for the year because I was like not feeling it. I put it out in a pile to get rid of or donate, whatever. And then I'm re-boxing up all of my decor, and it's just the stuff that I used this year or anything that I bought like post-Christmas on clearance, and it's ready for next year when I pull it out. and it's like a condensed version, and I'm already starting to purge. I also purge the whole house though. So I go through, I purge the toy chests, I purge the clothing closets, I purge the pantry, the fridge, the freezer, get everything out that is either damaged, expired, unused, get it out of my house at the very beginning of the year, and just kind of empty out my space and give myself room to breathe. And then before I put anything back in, I clean. So I'm like wiping down the shelves inside of the cabinets, inside of the fridge, inside of the freezer. I'm cleaning the inside of my microwave and my stove. Things that, you know, you don't tend to do on just your normal weekly cleaning routine. It's like deep cleaning, and then putting everything back in and reevaluating the organization system too. So if there was something that I had in a cabinet inside of a box, inside of another box, and my daughter kept trying to get it out all the time, and I was having to pull things down, and now I know that needs to be more accessible than something else that we weren't using. So I completely just purge, clean, and then reorganize the whole house. And it just gives you this space to think more clearly. Everything has its own home to go to, and it's just, I don't know, it's just like a very breath of fresh air type feeling, so that you can focus on other priorities. When you're home and you're in like work mode or creative mode or family mode, your space just needs to be like streamlined to make it more functional and just easier for your family and yourself to, like, you know, get through the day, get through the week, get through the year. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is that kind of healthy mindset. If you're taking care of yourself, you're gonna have more energy. If you have more energy, you're gonna be more productive. If you're more productive, you can get more accomplished. So if you can get your main high priority tasks done, and for me, like, my kids go down like between 8 and 9 at night, and if they're down and everything that I have that I need to do has been done for the day, then I have my personal time at that point. And I have my personal time broken down into 3 subcomponents. So personal time for me can either be self-care, so doing a face mask or a hair mask at night, or I know that I need to, you know, paint my nails or whatever. Or it could be like a leisure activity, so there's a show I really want to watch, a movie, a book I really want to read. And then the third thing for me is like kind of on like a hobby list. So that is creating content because I enjoy it. It's something I like to do for myself. I like to build a community online. I like talking to other moms and women. I hope that you guys take some of these tips and utilize them. Any links for like the planner and things I will put down below, as well as any of the things that I'm able to link from the Target haul. I'm gonna go ahead and hop into a little bit of cleaning up around the house that I've been doing and discussing with you guys this week, as well as the shopping trip that I took yesterday for some of the Valentine's goodies. And I hope you guys enjoy watching. I was so sad to take down my Christmas tree this year, guys. I loved it so much, so it was like the last thing to go. That, and I show you a little bit of my tabletop decor because I really enjoyed my this like greenery that goes under the charger plates. So I wanted to show those to you. I will link them below if they're still available. And then this is just my little secret compartment. So I keep all of my tablescape stuff that I can in this booth. It's like a bench and it lifts up, and I just shove like tablecloths and chargers and all of that up under there, and it just stays hidden, and I love that so much. Here you guys can see me making my quote-unquote Grinch muffins. This is the little nickname that I dubbed them, and basically they're just spinach muffins, and I was trying to get the kids to eat them, so I called them Grinch muffins, and it worked like a charm. I didn't believe it until I tried it, but Dathan had 3 of these within the 5 minutes after they cooled off enough for the kids to eat them, and it was insane. Callie had 2 and she's a very picky eater, so I will link the recipe down below. It was a recipe I found on Pinterest, but then I tweaked it a little bit. So you're gonna see here in a minute, I hold up these chocolate chips. They are a lower sugar chocolate chip, and so what I did, because the recipe called for a certain amount of chocolate chips, I did half of those, and then I did half white chocolate chips just to make sure that the sweet factor was still there, because I didn't want to ruin the entire point of the muffin, which was to get my kids to eat it, by not giving it enough sweetness. And like I said, they turned out perfectly. I enjoyed them and my kids enjoyed them, so please try them, and if you do, comment below and let me know what you think, or if your kids ended up liking them. And the whole point of me making these was just to kind of target that tip number 3 about healthy habits and incorporating a healthier lifestyle so that you can have more energy to stay more productive. And I'm just trying to do that with myself as well as my children, and just incorporating more fruits and vegetables and taking our vitamins, drinking our water. And this was just a little way for me to incorporate that into our week. After I was done organizing the kitchen and baking up the muffins, I took a minute that day to clean out my sink. I bought this Power Paste by Scrub Daddy a few weeks ago, and I really like it, so I will link it below for you. It is all natural. It makes it smell so nice and clean, and it gets the job done. It shines up my sink really nicely, and I also use it on my glass stovetop.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game that we say. I need a break. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on. I'm staying strong, need to move on to be what I want. I'll keep dreaming on.
This isn't sponsored either, but when I got home that night, this was at my doorstep and I was excited to open it, so I filmed a little bit. This is the Cushion Lab Comfort Design pillow bundle. So I ordered it because, you know, I'm getting older and I'm a mom, so I'm always lifting my kids, and my neck and my back tend to get sore. So I wanted to try to get like a comfort pillow and a knee wedge, and this one came in a nice little bundle. But I was really excited because if you look on the left hand side of the little pamphlet right there, they have all these really cute colored pillow covers that go on it. So it's kind of like when you think of like a fitted bed sheet, that's how their pillowcases work. So I might go back and get a cute colored one, but it came with a pretty light gray one and I like that for now. But I will link it below for you guys. It came in like 2 days because I ordered it off Amazon and I love it so far. Like I said at the beginning of the video, when I got home that night, I was hurrying up because my kids were getting home from their grandparents very quickly and I needed to put away all of the Valentine's gifts for them. So I kind of had to unbag and film very quickly and unorganized at the same time. So what I'm going to do to make it easier for you guys is in the description box below is I'm going to break down everything that I got from my kids, for Callie's classmates for Valentine's Day, and any other personal items that you see, and I will provide links for you guys. I think this year what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one big Valentine basket for my kids because they honestly don't need that much candy, and So it was kind of hard. Like, a lot of the items for Valentine's Day, they market it and the colors are red, pink, and purple, but my son doesn't really love pink and purple, and so I didn't want him to feel like his basket wasn't as good as hers. So I thought if I did like one big basket, then they could share it and he might get a little bit more into it that way. I wanted to share this with you guys because I don't necessarily decorate for Valentine's Day, so I still want my kids to feel like they can and kind of get them excited for each holiday and just be festive. So I found these in the dollar section and I thought it'd be fun for them to each take some markers and decorate their hearts, and then they can hang their banner in their room. I'm just going to use like some command hooks, and that way they have a little bit of festive decor in their room, but it doesn't affect the rest of my house, and it's also just like a fun activity to do with the kids. After this day, it was pretty tiring, so I was so excited when Wesley showed up. He had been gone at a work meeting all day that day, and he managed to somehow pick up the cupcakes from the actual company that we got our wedding cupcakes from, so I just thought it was so sweet and I had to share it with you guys. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to go subscribe and go follow me over on Instagram. Any little bit of support helps, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, this is a hobby right now, but it's something I've been doing for 5 years or so on and off, and I do really enjoy producing and pumping out content, and this is the platform that I am going to be targeting this year. My goal is 1 video a week. If I can do more, then I will, and I'm thinking Tuesdays, but I don't have that completely locked down yet. So please stay tuned for more fun mom lifestyle videos and affordable shopping content. And I hope you guys have a great 2023, and I will see you next week. Bye.
And I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with me.